welcome to my normal Friday live stream. Happy to be here in my crafty space with you. Everybody's talking about the Pretty Pink Posh release. It's so cute. And thank you all for being here today and spending your hour with me. I try to keep it around an hour and give you some tips and tricks along the way. I'll be showing you some amazing new Pretty Pink Posh products. You can find the links for everything that I'm sharing in the video description below. And I've also linked what's new at Pretty Pink Posh so you can see the entire release. Let me see, what are you guys talking about? Okay, Barbara said she's never made cake pops. So they are kind of a pain in the butt to make. I've done them. You like essentially make a cake. You have to make the cake part first. And then you like roll up that cake and make it into a pop. And then you have to dip it and decorate it. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So I'd rather make them out of paper, to be honest. And I am baking today. It is my 5-year-old's, my son's birthday, his 5th birthday. And so I have his carrot cake baked. I just have to make the icing and get that ready for today. And then I have 2 dozen cupcakes to make for his party tomorrow. So I would rather make cupcakes than cake pops for sure. Oh, Heather Joy, nice to see you. Stitching a bookmark, that sounds good. Yeah, you can lurk away. Your hands are busy. Yeah, Nikki says it's a lot of work for 1 bite. It absolutely is. I say 2 or 3 bites because I take a little bites so then I can enjoy it a little bit longer. But yes, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Barbara said she's loving the new craft space. Yes. Happy birthday to my son. Thank you guys. Carrot cake is his favorite. It's kind of weird for a 5-year-old, but he really loves carrot cake. So, and I love carrot cake too. So I'm happy to make it for him every year. So be sure to, I'll share some pictures on my stories on Instagram. So check that out. Yes, it does mean kindergarten in a week and a half, Karen. So I'm okay with it because he's been in preschool. He's got this school thing down. He's good. Like, you know, so I'm not going to be crying any tears. But it is kind of a chapter of life that's going to be gone for me, you know, because he's the end of my childhood journey. So, Carrie says, it's like donut holes. Why bother? That's so true. That's so true. But let's, first thing I want to say is that I was in the August release video hop for Pretty Pink Posh yesterday. So I put the link to my video below. If you haven't checked that out, be sure to check that out. Let me go to the down camera so you can see the card that I shared in that one. So that is this card. I was so pleased with how it turned out. The shading that I got with that crackle stencil is so cool, you guys. I was so happy when that turned out exactly as I had hoped. So full video tutorial on my YouTube channel for that one. Link is in the video description. I'm gonna pop that over here. And then today we are going to be creating this. Now, before I get into that, I just wanna give you one quick announcement. Today is the last day for early bird pricing for the Pink and Main Joyful Holiday event. Some amazing creatives in this event, you guys. I mean, star-studded. If you don't know, people like Charlene Madrid or Justin Adkins, they are people to watch. They make amazing cards. I'm sure you know Mindy and Nicole Sporer. Lori Craig is a coloring expert with Olo markers. So if you haven't checked that out, link is in the video description for that too. But today's the last day. It's $125. It's such a great price. 2-day event. Okay, this is a super cute card. And the reason why I thought it would be fun to do in a live stream is that we are going to be using this 3-part stencil. But this part is going to be the one that is the most labor intensive because we're going to be switching up the colors. You don't want your cat and your Frankenstein and your pumpkin to be the same color, right? So we're gonna have to work a little bit to make that look as cute as it does in the end. And we're sticking with these amazing kind of pastel colors from Concord and Ninth here. So I have Clementine, Sprout, Aqua Sky, Lilac, And I used Dove somewhere. Oh yeah, on the sticks. I did a Dove on the sticks because I didn't want those to be too dark. So links to all those colors are below so that if you guys want to, you know, create a color palette. I know a lot of you guys like to make your Concord and Ninth little color palettes. Those are so fun. Hey Jen, nice to see you. Mindy is a boss. Mary Ann already signed up. Yay. Yes, the cards in the Hop Donner are amazing. And this is Pretty Pink Posh's first video hop. Can you believe that? So I was really, really excited to be invited to join that. Cheers to Paulina for making such cute products and inviting me to be a part of this release, because I think she knows that I love Halloween. So I'm putting down my ultra sticky craft mat. Is that what I call it? Ultra sticky? My thing's not working. Oh, I can't go out wider. I don't know why that is, but oh, I wonder if it got unplugged somehow. I'll have to check that. My remote is not working, so I might have to call my tech guy in to see if the remote came apart. Hold on just a sec, you guys. Let me just see if there is a loose connection somewhere on that remote, because I don't want to be too far away for you guys to see. Okay. Let's see. Tight, tight, wide, wide. Okay, we got a remote issue here. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with my remote. Let me see. I think there is. Oh, you know what? I bet it got switched off. Maybe. Let's see. I think there's an off and on switch, but I can't be sure. Tight, tight, wide, wide. No, let's just see how much room we have here, because we're just gonna have to make it work. Oh yeah, we're gonna make it work with that. We're okay. All right, we're okay. We're okay. Hey Vicki Donnelly, nice to see you. Yes, the video hop was so good yesterday. So if you haven't gone to all the hop stops, I love saying that, the hop stops, be sure to do that. Okay, so I put my Altenew Ultra Sticky Craft Mat down. And let me just put my phone over here. And then I'm gonna put down my stencil. So this is the Cake Pop stencil. It's a 3-part stencil, and it's a 6x6, which is nice because you can do it landscape too, which I love. I love when companies make things horizontal and vertical so that you can choose. So what I want to do here is just make sure I have some overhang on both sides so it looks kind of even. Hey Mella from Austria. I always want to say Australia and I have to look really closely. Carrie said the Altenew 9x12 Ultra Sticky Mat is a must-have for any crafter. You're right. And after my mom saw me using it, she bought one too. And she used my affiliate link because my mom is nice like that. She was like, I think I need that. And I'm like, you definitely do, Mom. Okay, so I'm going to grab a few Post-its just because they are wider. And I like to have that ultra, wide surface there. And I'm going to grab some of my mint tape from scrapbook.com. And I'm going to start with purple. So we're going to start with our cat. It is such a good sticky mat. It really is. What I like about it is that it has a grid on the back side. So it's not solid. So it makes it really easy to take off, because some of them that are solid on the bottom, it really makes you feel like you're gonna like rip up your glass mat. That's how strong they stick, right? And I really like that this has that grid. Plus, when you're using that grid, you can line things up on it too. Okay, so I have my inkstand here. We're gonna start with Lilac. Hey Risa, you caught the live. Thank you for being here. And I am going to start with Lilac. Now, the colors that I'm using today are pretty light, right? Because we went with a playful pastel theme. So I'm not even gonna bother to tap off, because that'll just make it a longer process for me. So I am going to go in and color each of my cats in this purple and just cover up whatever's on the other side, right? We don't want to get purple on our pumpkins or mix that purple with the orange because then we get yucky brown. So we don't want that. Oh, do you guys have an event this weekend? I see Vicky's talking about homework. You doing an event this weekend? Tell me which one you're doing. Hey, Cynthia B, nice to see you. Okay, so this one's a little trickier because we got 3 sides here. So we're gonna make a little triangle. Now this guy's probably gonna get covered up too, but I'm still gonna do it because you never know when you might wanna switch up the design. So sometimes when you go to recreate a card, you might want to do something different. So it's worth this little step of coloring in what might be behind a layer. Okay, and make sure you get your shapes that are off of the edge of the card too. Ooh, Pink Fresh Create and Connect, fun. That has a really great lineup too. Great lineup of instructors. And Pink Fresh makes such beautiful products. So I'm sure you guys will have a blast doing that. I am in 13 days of Craft-A-Ween mode starting on Monday because I have the Spellbinders September kits behind me, like ready to finish off my cards for those. And then I go right into my 13 days of Craft-A-Ween Advent, which I'm really excited to start sharing with you guys. So that content will start on, I think we're allowed to share on August 19th, and it goes to the end of the month. So I will be sharing videos for that. So if you guys have that Advent, then you'll be able to see inspiration from me and maybe you can create along. Okay, so between each color, you really want to make sure that you give your stencil a good wipe. I don't recommend putting any alcohol on it or picking it up because, you know, then you might not place it back in the right place, but just by giving it a good wipe with a dry cloth, you'll get off that excess ink. All right, now we're going to go to orange. I'm going to be a little careful here and use another side of my Post-it. Now I typically don't have ink from a Post-it go off on something else, but you never know. So we are going to go to Clementine. Oh my gosh, you can seriously, M is so right. M just said, and let me put this up on the broadcast. M just said, I loved this. I love how you can get 2 sets from Pretty Pink Posh and make 100 different cards. I highly agree with that. The Pretty Pink Posh sets are very versatile and you can mix and match and create so many different things. And if you want proof of that, just go to their Instagram feed and check out what the guest designers have been creating. Such amazing, amazing things. Really, truly amazing. Okay, we're gonna cover up this one. This little mask is working really well. You can also use acetate as a mask as well and just cover it without tape. That also works really well with this. The trick is to do it, to get something that you can do really quickly, right? I'm gonna cover up this ghost down here with just a little remnant of tape. I always have tape sticking off the edge of my desk. Oh, Mela says she hasn't opened her Craft-A-Ween yet. I know, I'm so excited about it. I haven't opened it yet either because I do want the excitement of opening it on camera to be real. So my idea is that I will film myself like opening the set and like, you know, I get that initial, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And then I'll stop the camera for a minute, think about what I'm gonna do, and then proceed to craft on camera. So that's my idea. So I haven't opened mine either. Mari says I couldn't wait. I had to look at it all. I get that. It's like Christmas, right? Christmas for Halloween. Okay, so I think this is good. Now, the reason why I didn't use a lighter color, which would have been, oh, why can't I think? Creamsicle is because Creamsicle is really light. And I thought Clementine in just a light wash will be great here. I don't think we need to go as light as Creamsicle. So, hey, you're switching between me and Leah. That's fine. Super fun. Leah is also a great instructor, someone I've known for a while. Okay, let me get this ink off of here. Now we can go to our Frankenstein, which I think he's the cutest. And again, I want to make sure that none of that orange kind of goes off on my green, because orange and green just do not mix. You got to be careful. I'm going to grab my green brush. The shape of this guy reminds me of a dipped marshmallow. So that's what he kind of looks like, because he's square. So he's like a marshmallow. And try not to mix the Frankenstein up for your ghost, because they have a little similar shape at the bottom. So be careful about that. You need to follow Marie Sanfilippo. She uses Spellbinders products and is absolutely creative. Thank you. Thank you. I will check her out. I try not to look at other people's stuff before I do like a big, creative thing though, so that I can make sure, because I think, you know, even without meaning to, your brain can just take something and be like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. And then you kind of execute a part of it or whatever. And I try not to do that because, you know, I don't want anybody to accuse me of copying their work. Okay, and then here's this guy down here. Don't forget him. There we go. Now, if you wanted to add extra shading, you could totally do that with a darker color and shade maybe the sides a darker green. I just went for the overall color here, and I realized that I missed some orange right here. We have a little pumpkin down here. Yes, afterwards, yes. Afterwards for sure. I love seeing what other people create with the clubs, because I do the clubs so early, so I do them before I see anyone else's project. So on the day that the clubs release from Spellbinders, it's kind of a treat for me to go and look at all of the pictures on the Spellbinders website and see my own cards too, because that's still very much a thrill for me. I really enjoy that. Okay, so now we have our ghost, and I know ghosts are typically white, but I had to make them something cute. So we went with Aqua Sky, and I think Aqua Sky was the perfect color for them because they look so super cute. Okay. And this will be the last overall color that we have to add here. Oh, I know. Joy says, I typically don't make Halloween cards, but this stencil is just so darn cute. Their stencils this month at Pretty Pink Posh have been so ridiculously cute. There was a tree one. I didn't get that one, but then when I saw some of the images of what the designers created with it, I was like, why didn't I get that one? And then I have the potion bottle stencil as well that I will probably use on my next card, because I'll be coming out with one more card from this release to share that. And the potion bottle stencil is really cool because, you know, you can add paste and things like that to make your potion inside the bottle look sparkly. So I'm thinking of doing that. It's just such a fun release, I'm telling you. It is really great. I also have the spiderweb card front die, which you can make into a shaker, and that one is fantastic. And if you watch my video hop video from yesterday, I colored a bunch of spiders, so I think I'm definitely going to have to use them on that big spider web. Okay, So let's take this off. I'm just wiping this off so that I don't get it all over my hands. Because once you start getting ink on your hands, you're gonna smudge, and look how cute. Isn't that color scheme fantastic? I love it. Okay, I'm gonna put my stencils back there. So this is the easy layer, the super easy layer. I've got a Frankenstein piece here. Okay. This is the layer that we get to just cover with black. Now, I know the stem of the pumpkin would usually be brown, but I'm keeping it simple here. Keeping it simple. Oh, Carrie just got a delivery. Hooray. Tell us what you got, Carrie. Everybody wants to know. I got a couple of things this week too. I'll show you one of them in a minute because I was running dangerously low on some of my favorite scrapbook.com adhesives. So I placed a big order for those, and I also bought something fun for myself from there that I will be creating with soon. I think it might be on a Friday Live soon. It's a treat box, and I'm super pumped about it. Okay, I need to find my black. Where's my black? I did have a big black brush. Here it is. But it actually might be better to use the little one. So for this one, we're going to use the little one. I'm just using Memento ink here. This is my OG Memento ink cube that I've had for eons, like ages. And it never steers me wrong, I think. And I tell you, I have not re-inked this once. I don't know how it's still going, but it is. Yes, Layla, there are so many amazing stencils, and I think that there are so many companies who are really good at creating layered stencils in all sorts of different designs, right? So this one's cute and playful. And then you have, Gina, who makes those amazing floral stencils that her daughter designs that are just spectacular, and Hero Arts that has like scenescapes using stencils, and it is fantastic how many different products we have on the market today that we get to create with. So, oh, thanks, Mari. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys shopping via my links. It's very kind. And you know what? That's something that I do as well. Whenever I'm going to, buy something from Gina or buy something from scrapbook.com, I click on links too, because there are lots of people in this industry who inspire me, who I want to pay it forward to as well. Okay, almost done with this layer. It's kind of easier to use the smaller brush on this layer because it's a much smaller area, so you use less ink that way. Notice how I'm not, getting ink all over the stencil. I can keep it in these areas here. Yes, stencils definitely bump up the look of your creations for sure, Barbara. Absolutely. And the best thing about stencils, especially coloring stencils, is that you don't have to be a coloring pro to make your card look amazing, right? A stencil can do it for you. I love that you can get shading. Everything that you get when you color, you can get with a stencil now. And I really appreciate well-designed stencils. We have just a little insight into our sweet spells, not sweet spells. Oh my gosh. We have 2 Halloween events with Scrapbook and Cards today, and I get them mixed up every time. What is it? Our Halloween card event at SCT, we have an amazing stencil in that event that I am so excited about, you guys. And I can't wait till everybody gets their boxes so that everyone can finally see it, because I know if you're in that event, you're going to be gushing over it. Okay, here are my sticks, and these are important because you want to make sure you see just that tiny bit of color on the cake pop through the stencil, and that's going to tell you that they're going to be attached. Whenever you want something to be attached, you want to see the color at the edge of that stencil so that there's no little white gap in between the shapes. So this one I did with Dove. I'm going to use the larger brush here because I don't want that color to be so saturated. Oh, Reset, yes, you have to use the Craft-A-Ween kit. You know what the best thing is, Reset, is just put together the die sets first. And do that, like, do one die set every couple days, put those together, and then you have those already done. Then you can get ideas for what to do with them. You can watch videos like the ones I'm going to be creating. There's a ton of people who I'm sure will be sharing videos on, you know, Spellbinders affiliates. And once you have the die set created, the rest is easy. The rest is easy. You can put it on an embossed panel. You can, you know, put it on a piece of colored cardstock, add a little bit of splatter to the background. You know, the die set is the thing that takes the longest. And once you have that knocked out, then you're going to feel accomplished, and then you're going to want to put it on a card. That's my advice. New classes and events will be posted for SCT. So, Carrie, we typically do that around the card event in at the end of September. We tell you guys about things coming for the upcoming spring, summer. So be sure to tune in around that time. There are a couple things that I'm really excited about with SCT next year. Things happening with our subscriptions, and you know, it's going to be a great year. Even without the magazine, we're really excited. And don't forget the fall winter issue comes out October 17th. So it's going to be awesome to see that final issue. Okay. Hey, Mindy, you made it. Hey, Amrita. Oh, that's a good idea, Barbara. Look at how cute that background is, you guys. So the one thing that I want to do that I didn't do on my previous card is add a little bit of splatter. So, because I thought, ooh, I feel like it needs like a little something on the background, like a little bit of black splatter, because I have that black outline. So when you clean this off, I recommend just pack of baby wipes, give it a good scrub right away. Especially if you're using any kind of medium like a glitter paste or something like that, you want to get that off ASAP of your mat, okay? All right, mat is clean, background is done, and I'm going to grab my splatter box. Hopefully it's not too close for you guys. I have no clue what happened to my remote, but we're going to fix that later. All these things happen like when you're not on camera, and you don't know about it until you go on camera. It's kind of story of life, right? Okay, so first of all, let me do this first. Let me mix up this watercolor. So this is a great little mixing set from Spellbinders. It has pearl gold, pearl silver, and indigo. So we're going to be using indigo, but the pearl gold and pearl silver are perfect. They have that just beautiful level of shimmer to them. All I'm going to do is throw some water in there. Just use my Mr. bottle, throw some water in there, and then grab my brush and start mixing that up. No magazine joy. Yes, the final issue of Scrapbook and Cards Today will be October 17th. It's going to be a great issue, so be sure to check that out. Okay, so I'm going to grab my Post-it. I always like to see what my splatter is like. Do I need more water? Do I need to use a different brush? That sort of thing. And I'm going to keep this pan right here. I'm going to, hopefully you guys can see both sides. And I'm going to take it and do a little bit of a splatter. I always practice first, because you never know. You really don't want to ruin your card creation, right? You don't want to do that. Now, the one thing that I should do before I splatter, because I do want to cut this down by a 1/16 of an inch on every side. So, and this is where if you see that one side really should be cut down more than the other. So look here how I have my little Frankenstein bolt. I can cut that off. So instead of cutting a 1/16 off of every side, I'm gonna cut an 1/8 off of that side. So, because those are kind of awkward, right? So that looks so much better. Then I'm gonna cut a 1/16 off the top and the bottom because both of those are looking pretty even to me. So this is my little Gina K trimmer. Love having this always behind me. So you can cut really small pieces off with that one. Okay, now that's done. It's always good to get all the things out of the way before you add a splatter, okay? Now, say a little prayer and just give it a try. I always like to have little bits of splatter and big bits. It's kind of hard, right? It's one of those things where you're like, I don't know how this is going to turn out. So if you find that your splatter is turning out too big, add some more water. And that should help to give you the smaller droplets. And I'm also not standing up. That'll give you a different angle too. There we go. I do like to have these little black dots. You can also achieve this with, if you're not good at splatter, with some black small enamel dots or, tiny gems. But the splatter is good. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Just adds a little bit more texture. And then you can set it aside. The one thing I want to do before I put this down is just wrap this up and kind of get some of that ink off of there. Now, your watercolor mixing set, one thing I want to tell you not to do, because I have done it before, is if you put this in here, okay, make sure you don't put it back in your storage area like up like that, because it's still wet and so that's gonna go everywhere. So make sure you keep it laying flat until that can harden again, and then you can store it away. All right, so I'm gonna put this aside to clean off with my stencils later on. I'm gonna put this aside as we put together our die cuts. So super cute. I'm just gonna set it right here, actually. That little shelf on my, let me show you guys. So I have this little thing that I put on the side of my cabinet, and there's a little kit from IKEA where you can buy the shelf too. So it's a great shelf for letting things dry. Okay, this card is so cute. It is so cute. Okay, my my thing stopped working. My little zoom button. It's not working. I don't know. It's a bummer. Okay, let me show you what I was excited to grab from scrapbook.com this week. This is like the extra wide tape roll. Love this stuff. Love it. And I had run out of pretty much all of my tape. So there's a 3/4 inch that I think I've linked below. That one is one that I use constantly for so many things. But this one is great, and let me show you why. Because 2 strips cover your whole card back. And I'm telling you, you guys, this stuff does not come off. Like, so, sometimes you make a card and it might sit around a while, right? Sometimes we store them for a while. And then you'll notice that layers can come apart, especially if you're using something like tape runner. This stuff, that will never happen. It is super duper heavy, heavy duty. Now that one's too long. So this is the 2 inch. This is the 2-inch, I believe. So if you click the link in my video description, you find the 3/4 inch. I think you'll find the 2-inch listed there too. What did Carrie say? JC says, I'm not a big Halloween person, but this background is so cute. It is cute, right? Now I am a Halloween queen. I have to say, I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. It is like the holiday that we have the most decorations, and I keep buying more. Because my son's birthday is coming up, I haven't allowed myself to go to Home Goods, but I think after the birthday is over, it's on. We're gonna go to Home Goods. We're gonna like get all the new things, but I digress. And Shop Disney came out with their Halloween release this week. I've been seeing pictures from Disneyland, and I'm dying right now to get all of that too. There's a Mickey Halloween pillow that I must have. Hopefully it's still in stock. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so I just put a piece of Concord and 9th black cardstock on here. I'm going to put that aside just to get that ready. Here's the other thing. I noticed whenever you have a background that is busy, it's very colorful, right? We talked about this last week. Was it last week that we did this? Oh my gosh, the time flies. We talked about this last week with our focal point here is our big cherries, but we have a really colorful background. So we had to do something to soften it, and we use vellum here, right? This is the exact same thing. This is the same idea. I needed something so that these cake pops didn't get lost in everything going on in the background. So I needed like that solid piece to kind of allow these to pop up. And that is this lilac piece right here. So we're gonna cut that now. And I'm gonna show you what I used to cut it. This is a really cool shadow box. This is something that I created in a past video. I made a shadow box card. But it has all these really cool dies in it. Let me show you. It has like the cloud, the grass, and like this hilly kind of die. It has this scalloped rectangle and this stitched rectangle. So tons of usable dies in here that you can use on other projects. And I found that this small, oh bless you, this small rectangle was perfect for this. So Mindy called it the right thing. Mindy called it Sweet Spells. So Mindy, Catherine and I have been dying because we keep calling them, we have 2 Halloween events, one for card makers, one for paper crafters, and we cannot keep the names straight. So we told each other next year we have to name them something like really different. And so Mindy said it's Sweet Spells, but the stencil set, I was saying, Mindy, the stencil set for Sweet Spells is off the charts amazing. Like, I'm so darn excited for you guys to see it. Oh, Jen just got her all too new class kit. That's amazing. Open that baby up, Jen. It's good. It's good. And you get to see my card because I guess you get the booklet too. So, hey Florna, nice to see you. You've been multitasking and watching. That's a good thing to do. And thank you all for hitting the thumbs up and for leaving a comment on the video. It really helps for people to find my video later to watch on replay when we get a lot of engagement in a live. So I appreciate that. Appreciate it. And also, in the video hop video, if you leave a comment on that one, then you are entered to win a $20 gift certificate to Pretty Pink Posh. Paulina will choose a winner from every hop stop, which is awesome. Oh, Marianne's is coming today. That's so exciting. Okay, so I have that piece already ready to go. Here are my other pieces, and I just realized that I don't have my head for Mr. Frankenstein, so we need that. So here is the entire die set. So tons of different dies here. You have all the shapes for the cake pops themselves, a small circle, a big circle. You have the icing for those. You have the faces. So you have the cat whiskers, the ghost face, the cat ears, Frankenstein's accessories. There's all this. These are the sprinkles. These are the sprinkles. Little bats, little spiders. There's so many cute things in this set, you guys. Just, it's amazing. Okay, let's get back to it. I need my black. Let me find a piece of black. I think I have a rogue piece here somewhere. Has to be. Here he is. I knew I had one. Look, this is why I save every little scrap, because for just such an occasion. I'm going to bring out my little Scout again. It is a cute die set, absolutely. Yes, Florina is often here. Vicky is often here. I feel like I have my OG people, and I love hearing from those of you who have never commented before. So if you're a lurker and you want to say hi, please do. This is a friendly group, very friendly. Oh, thank you, Beverly. I'm glad you were able to watch me too. I know not everybody can join in on a Friday lunchtime, but I appreciate you guys doing that and watching on replay too. All right, now my cake pops, I like to cut those out of 100-pound cardstock so that because they're nice and thin, and I want them to be a little bit cut out from that thicker cardstock so that they look good, you know? Whoa. I don't know why I'm doing this with my left hand. I really don't, but I am. That's how I pulled it up here. Okay, so here are cake pop stems. We'll have 3. We'll have 1 left over for another card. Okay? I'm going to do my sentiment last. We're going to put these little babies together because they're too cute. So I went with the purple rectangle, and then because purple and orange are opposite each other on the color wheel, which means they're contrasting colors, I thought we have to have the pumpkin because he's going to pop against that orange, which he does. So let's add a little bit of shading to him. I did minimal shading here. We're not going all out, just minimal shading. Kind of like the sides, right? Just like that. And then we're going to add a little shading to our Frankenstein too. Oh no, Nikki, I had no idea. I am so sorry. And I hope you are feeling okay and that you recover quickly. That is so hard. So hard, my friend. So well wishes, speedy recovery to you. Okay, this makes a really big difference when you do that. It really makes him look more like a marshmallow because it makes it look more rounded when you shade the left and right sides. You can even shade this little leaf too. This is tiny, but you know, this is when I needed my grip mat, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll make it work. Just shade that a little bit on the side. I don't know. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just adding that little bit of color makes a big difference. Okay. So this is the easy part, right? I have everything cut. Now, my little bows I cut out of Spellbinders, Treasured Cardstock, and Onyx. It's hard to see, but they're sparkly. Do you see that sparkle? So I cut them out of that glitter paper just to add a little bit of sparkle. There are a lot of things that you could do on this card to step it up, but it would require lots of drying time. So you could use a shiny cardstock for this black icing to make it look like a glaze. You could add sparkle gel to your pumpkin. There are so many things. You could add sprinkles to the top too, or you could keep it a little bit simple like I did. And I added some glitter cardstock on the bows. That was my going over the top for this one. Sometimes I go all out and sometimes I just don't. You just have to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, right? Joy says, question, am I weird? I cataloged in Excel every sentiment in my stamp, stencil, and die collection. That's pretty amazing, Joy. I don't think that's weird. I think that's fantastic. Because then you're less likely to get duplicates, so then you're saving yourself money. Smart. You're a smart cookie, Joy. Okay, so this little guy I have done in black. Just using my Artiste glue bottle today because I didn't check my my Sweet Petunia glue gun. I'm sure it's fine, but sometimes if I haven't used it in a day, then I have to degunk it. Yeah, Nikki. You know what, Nikki, you need to do while you're in bed resting? Get all of like your next card making project ideas filed somewhere. Like create a Pinterest board and just go crazy. That'll be really good. That'll be good for your healing, right? And then you'll be so inspired when you're ready to like stand up and craft. You're going to be ready to go. Love that for you. Okay. So this is stuck to my glass. Okay. The hardest thing here is I like to add the mouth first, because I find if you add the mouth first, then you're more likely to get everything kind of squared up. So the mouth kind of shows you that it's centered from here to here, centered on each side. And then I placed the eyes from there. Now for the eyes and the nose, this is the tricky part, but I literally just put a dot of glue, hoping that I put it in the right spot, which I think I did. And then because they're so tiny, you know, it's really hard to use your tweezers for those. So you have to kind of dot it and then drop it. Dot it and drop it. That's the vibe we're going with today. Now, the bad part is when your dies get turned around. I hate when that happens. And I think these triangles are the same. They're an equilateral triangle, so they're the same top and bottom. So I don't think you can mess those up. That looks good. He's happy. He's a happy little guy. He's not a spooky one. I'm just trying to get that. So if you have little goobers on your dies, those little threads of paper, I would say, allow your die to dry on there, your die cut to dry, and then you can kind of scrape those off. So I'm going to do the same with the mouth of my Frankenstein. Kind of add a little bit of glue right there where I think his mouth should go. They are so cute. And you know what? Today I'm going to send somebody this card because I was so on my game this week. I was able to like pre-prep this card because I knew it was Ayrton's birthday, and photographing a card like afterward, getting it up on the blog post, it takes a while. And we're going to the pool. We're taking him to the pool right after I'm done here today. So I figured I'll make the card in advance, and that means I have two. So I'm going to give one to somebody today. And I won't write in it. So then if you want to gift it to a neighbor, grandkid, kid, whatever, then you'll have it on hand. Isn't he so cute? Okay, so for his little bolts, you just put a little dot of glue, and I put it on the same kind of level as his mouth. Little dot of glue on either side of his cheeks, and then you can add his little bolt. There's not many pieces to add onto these, so it makes it pretty simple. There we go. And then you can take, I'm gonna do his little cut. I didn't do a little cut over there. I'm gonna do it right about there. Oh no. Oh, that's so cute. That makes a big difference. I love that. Now, should we add another one? Because I found one. No, that's too much. I think that's perfect. That is perfect. Okay, so for the sticks, I'm just going to kind of put the sticks on. We can always trim them. It is a darling card. Thanks, Lorraine. Nice to see you, my beautiful Canadian friend. Oh, I should sign it. It would increase the value. You're so sweet. No, I will sign like something on the inside. Like I'll, you know, just in case somebody wants to pass it on. I know some of you guys are like, oh, I'm not really a Halloween, but this is so cute. So maybe you would pass it on to somebody else. I am like Halloween all day. Like the countdown to Halloween was on like earlier in the summer at Disneyland. We ultimately chose to do our Christmas trip this year again. But if I could, if I had unlimited funds, I would go at Halloween and Christmas. If I could, I would. I would do spring, summer, Halloween, and Christmas. I would do 4 times a year. Yes. And a cruise. Yeah, my husband's, he knows me. Hey, Paulina, nice to see you. I was just putting together your adorable cake pops. Adorable. Everybody loves them. Even the people who are not into Halloween still love them. So these bows, sparkly little black bows, and it just kind of elevates our little guys here. It's almost like they have little bow ties on, right? They're ready to go out on the town for Halloween. So cute. Isn't that adorable? Okay, so then I can get everything. Now let's check and see if our splatter has dried. Oh, no, right down there, it's still a little shiny. Right there, it's still a little shiny. So that's a little bit scary. We don't want to touch it yet. So let's do our sentiment, and then we can put everything together all in one go. So I have my lilac panel here, which is going to look so good with our little cake pop guys. Okay, so I decided to go with Spooktacular, and I loved the way that it fit right there. The other idea that you could do, if you wanted to create a more simple and quick card, you could do your background, stencil all of that, and then let me show you another die set that I have here somewhere. Hold on, let me find it. It's in my organizer here, but it's always that one die set that you want to grab that eludes you. Here he is. Okay, this is the Trick or Treat shadow, and you could literally just cut this out, the shadow with vellum or white and the Trick or Treat in black, or you could use that sparkle and you could put that over the front without anything else on the top and make a really simple and very cute card. So Karen just pointed out, yes, Kathleen just pointed out, Pretty Pink Posh's fonts are amazing. So take a look at the stamp set that I'm using for this sentiment, and look, that's the font. Look at this font. Isn't it adorable? And Paulina uses that font for a lot of her sets. So if you love that font, go and check out the sentiment stamps. Isn't it adorable? So yeah, you could make a very simple card with just that background and a sentiment on top. Done and done, right? So take a look at that one. I love the Trick or Treat sentiment too. I'm going to use Spooktacular because I love the way that it fit here perfectly across that lilac piece. And you know I'm going to use every single piece of scrap of cardstock that I have available. So I'm going to use this little strip. I'm going to use this little strip here, and I'm going to grab my Misty. I know, the font is so cute. I love it. I love it too, you guys. Marshmallow Frankenstein would be cute as a s'more. Oh, that's a great idea, Carrie. I love that. So when you get it, you make that and you show it to me. I want to see. Okay, so I'm putting my Spooktacular up here so you guys can see me stamp this. Because I have it on my desk, I'm going to use my Memento. I would typically use my Lawn Fawn Jet Black ink here because it's just so black. But the beauty of the Pretty Pink Posh stamps is that they're very high quality and they're nice and thin. I love a thin sentiment because it just looks nice, right? It's just, so you don't have to smush it, just light rub on it, even coverage, and then you have a beautiful sentiment. Now, other ideas you could do with this, like I did with my Video Hop sentiment, I did that on black with silver embossing powder, and that looked really, really cool. I love that sentiment. So, you know, you could do that. This card is a little bit more pastel, a little bit more light. So you have to gauge the feel of your card before you stamp in black cardstock, because that black cardstock is going to add a lot of contrast there. And I didn't want that contrast here. I wanted it to be light and cute. We're going for cutesy here. So then you have your coordinating dies. As always, there's coordinating dies for all the sentiments. So if you don't plan on just stamping on your background, you'll want to pick those up. So since Pauline is here, everybody tell her what you love most about the August release, because I know everybody's been saying, Paulina, that the designer projects, the video hot projects have all been amazing. So that's just awesome. I love that you guys are seeing it in your feed. And look how perfect that turned out. Isn't that beautiful? The margins on that, because I'm obsessed with things being right, the margins are perfect. You could use the icing die to make the marshmallow and chocolate ooze out of a graham cracker. I love that. Yes, Carrie. Carrie, you always have such, like, you're so creative. You look at things in a different way. I love that. Heather says she also loves the thin line sentiments. Yes, I am a sucker for sentiment weight. And whenever we design things for SCT, I'm the one that's like, Lisa, how thin can we make that? Can we make it thinner? How much can I just push the limit here on that thinness? All right, now I'm going to just do a light touch just to see if I can make that work. I think I can. We're going to go with it. We're going to go with it. Okay, let me see if I have my other one. Now, let me show you this one. This is my most used. This is for my ASMR people. I'm going to open it. This is what it looks like when you get this adhesive roll from scrapbook.com. It's called Clear Double-Sided Adhesive Roll. This is 3/4 of an inch. Ooh, this one's the 2-inch. Okay. Hey, Sai, could you grab that foam roll that just fell right there? Thank you. Yeah, that one. This one. Yeah, thank you. And then I got my favorite 1mm foam roll again. I think this one is 1 inch. This is the 1-inch 1mm foam roll. My most used adhesives. Yes, Donna, the cover plate. Let me show you guys that real quick while I'm getting this out. This is the spider web cover plate. It's amazing. I know, it's so good. And you can use that crackle behind it. You can, do a vignette like I did on my crackle background card to make it look really eerie and spooky. I think I have 2 more cards that I have in my head just brewing. Hey, Tanya, nice to see you. Don't worry about getting on late. You can always watch on replay, or you can just wrap up with us at the end. No biggie. Okay. I could have used the wider tape here, but I went with this one. Whenever I use this one, I always do a piece on the right and left sides and then one in the middle to make sure everything sticks down really well. And it always makes it easier if you have a spatula, a really nice and flat spatula, to pick up that backing. It's a lot less work when you can let the spatula get under there instead of your nails. Okay. All right. What did I do with my card base? Here it is. Oh yeah, Jenny G says it's my favorite double-sided tape. Love all sizes, even the 4-inch. Perfect to back a card. See, I would be afraid of that 4-inch, Jenny. I mess things up a little bit, and I can see myself messing up that 4-inch. So I stood up so I could make sure that this was nice and straight instead of wiping it, because I want to make sure my splatter is nice and dry. I'm just going to tap it. Okay. Hey, Michelle. Yes, they do Halloween really great. I'm going to put that comment up. That's a good comment, Michelle. Okay, this card is so super cute. Can't handle it. And one of you guys is going to get it. So at the end, if you left a comment, I'm going to give it away to somebody who's commenting in the chat. Okay, so now everything's dry on here. Look what I'm going to do. So there's little, there's little pieces on my die cuts, and that happens if your magic mat has been on there for a while. That can happen. You can use a sand eraser on the bigger pieces, but if they're really tiny pieces, then I will just do this. I'll take my little picker tool and just swipe those off like that. And then I think that's the family back side. Yeah, just make sure they don't come in like shouting. Okay. And he's already eaten. Yeah, we're gonna take my little guy to the pool, have some family time at the pool. Okay, now it's time for the 1mm foam. I like to use 1mm a lot on my cards because it gives it that little bit of lift, but nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. It's not, I would still put more like your butterfly stamp on it if you're gonna mail it. And if you guys don't know, the butterfly stamp is the extra postage for they call it the non-machinable rate. So if you put a regular stamp on and then the butterfly, I think, then you're covered. Hey Tracy, nice to see you. I hope you are feeling better. I am a perfectionist. Yes, I'm type A. Oh, Paulina says she wants to take out this this set and play, but she's trying to get orders out. Bless. Bless. She's trying to get your all's orders out. See? We've had a couple orders placed in this live, Paulina, because people didn't think they needed Halloween, but they were super impressed. And I love the addition of the splatter. I think that's perfect. And my daughter is currently shouting at the dogs, which is perfect for a live stream. Okay, whenever I want to put things together on top of each other, I don't often glue them down separately. What I will do is take some good tape runner, put it where I want them to connect, just so I can get them connected first and foremost, kind of like this. This one's going to be a little bit different than my original cards, so that's nice. Whenever you do a remake, everything turns out a little different. Oh, I love that. Okay, so then they're going to go like that, but I want them to be really kind of attached together and solid on this piece here. So I'm going to put a little bit of foam down here to attach them, a little bit of foam on here, and then I'm going to take a look at where this is going because I don't want these to kind of bounce around. I'm going to put a little strip of foam, and look, I have one just sitting on my desk. I know, isn't the Frankenstein adorable, Cynthia? Yes. Oh yeah, Jennifer. Oh, Jennifer McMurtry, I love you. Hi, and your daughter's birthday was this week. I miss you so much, friend. I miss you so much. So Jennifer McMurtry is one of my friends from Ellie Studio, and she says, I don't usually do Halloween, but I'm totally into it now that we have a granddaughter. That will happen to you. Kids and grandkids just make you into the things that you didn't think you'd be into. You know, I never thought I would be a Disney adult, and it was me taking my kids, well, my daughter, when she was 2, that made me just fall in love with the magic. And now I'm a sucker for it. So I like to have these hang off a little bit, the top and the sides of the card, just like that. And then I'm going to push that down so that sticks down there and it's not flapping around. And then we're going to take our little spooktacular, but I want this to sit like this, but I'm going to lift it on this side and this side. Yeah, Jen, I still check you out on Instagram all the time. I miss you a lot. You were the best. What else is going on? Frankie is the cutest. Who's Frankie? Is that Jennifer's? Is that Jennifer's grandkid? I can't remember. Who's Frankie? No, I don't think that's Jennifer's grandkid. Jennifer has a little granddaughter, right? Is that right, Jen, or am I wrong? I could be wrong. I don't know. It's hard to tell with babies too. Like, I never assume anymore. Like, my son had the longest hair until he was 3, I guess. And people always thought he was a girl. And like, sometimes I would just let him think he was a girl. I didn't care. I was like, okay, whatever. Yes. Yes, he has adorable hair. Yes. Oh, Frankenstein. You guys called him Frankie. Oh my gosh. Hello. That went right over my head. Right over my head. Thanks, Tracy. Oh, Melissa said, I don't send Halloween cards. I just love to make them. Melissa, you need to send those cards out, my friend. You could make somebody's day. You could make somebody's day. Yeah, I'm really OCD about things being not wonky and, you know, everything being glued down and really in place. Like this is solid, rock solid. Okay, the last thing I'm going to add is a little bit of a shaker mix. So if you don't know, Pretty Pink Posh makes the cutest shakers. This one's called Halloween Friends Mix. And what I love about it is that you get ghosts, you get bats, you get purple stars, and little Frankensteins. You guys are gonna die. Hold on, where's my little thing? I don't know where my little triangle thing went. Here, I'll put it in here so you guys can see. Oh, there's Dracula too. There's little purple Dracula, see him? That's the little purple Dracula. Let me get you a Frankenstein so you can see the Frankie. Now, talk about the cutest shaker pieces ever, like really. And this month there's so many. There's a few different ones. See the little Frankenstein? Isn't he cute? Now, because I have this purple background, I'm just gonna put 3 stars here. I'm a less is more girl, and there's, you know, we got a lot going on here. That star is a little bit thicker. That's a double layer. We got a lot going on this card. We got that background, we got the splatter, we've got our die cuts. So I am keeping it simple, and we are just going to add these 3 cute stars for a little tone on tone effect. And Libby is here. That shaker mix is really cute, Libby. How are you, Libby? And I talked to everyone about at the beginning of the live that the Pink and Main Christmas card making event is its last chance for early bird. So there's a link in my video description if you want to check that out and join us. So be sure you do that. Oh dear Lord, we don't do Halloween in Australia, but I need that mix. It's so cute, Heather. It's so cute. Look at the other ones though. So this is the one that I used on my shaker card, which Lord knows where it is right now because like my desk is covered with all the things. We've been crafting for an hour. Here it is, hold on. I found it, it's back in the corner. So it creates, you hear that noise? It's a great noise, right? Great noise. Love the balls. They, you know, it's tricky when you put them in, but once they're in, it's golden. And then you have this one that has little spiders, little candy shapes, sprinkles, and I love this one. It's like orange and black and purple. And then this one also has these stars and dots that I used on the background here. Just the circles and stars, which I think is really cool. So many great products this month, you guys. So there's my finished card. So how about we choose somebody to get it? Let's choose somebody to get it. Okay, I'm gonna scroll up through my comments. I'm gonna close my eyes and see who's gonna get this card, okay? It's so hard not to do it. Okay. Karen Martell said, this is the one I just pointed to when she said, Carrie Goldstein, crafty happy mail is the best. So that's the perfect comment, 2 of 1, because you're gonna get some crafty happy mail, Karen. So Karen, send me a message on Instagram. You guys can find me at, oh, no, let me take it off, at Megan Andrew. So send me a message on Instagram, or you can send me an email, megan.andrew@gmail.com to claim your card, send me your address, and I will send you that card, Karen Martell. So congratulations. Congratulations. You guys, thank you so much for being here with me on this Friday. Oh, Joy said Libby was the first person that she watched on YouTube. That's so cute. I love that. Thank you guys so much for joining me as I crafted this cutest card ever. You can find the supply list in the video description below. You can also go to my blog to see more pictures and the visual supply list there. That link is below too. Everything is below. You know that. Everything's below. If you're watching on replay, be sure to hit the thumbs up, leave a comment telling me what you think about this release, and don't forget to go back and watch that video hop video. It's also linked below so that you can win a $20 gift certificate to Pretty Pink Posh. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to go to the pool and celebrate my son's 5th birthday. And I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and happy creating, my friends. I'll see you next Friday. Bye-bye.